We've just learned about an augmented matrix, how we can take the coefficients and the constants um, of our systems of equations and write them in matrix form. And so we're going to get a little practice in here of taking a systems of equations and writing it as an augmented matrix. Now I've got two systems here, one in white, one in yellow. And let's deal with the one in white first. And so when I look at this, and I got three equations, and I've got variables of w, x, y, and z. I don't have all four variables. In fact, I only got three variables in each equation, but I have a total of four variables. And then I've got my constants that are on the right side of the equal sign. And so we're going to put this in alphabetical order, w, the coefficients of w, x, y, and z. And we're going to have 3 rows and 5 columns. 4 columns for the variables and 1 column for the constants. And so let's begin. And I'm going to put my brackets and my dotted or solid line in a little bit later. Right now I'm just going to write the numbers, the coefficients I should say. So I've got 4, -5. I don't have a y term, so I'm going to put in a 0 in that first equation. 7, -11. Now I'm going to the second equation. Well, I got -1w, so I got -1. 8x, so I'm writing 8. 3y, so I'm going to write a 3 in the third column. I don't have a z variable in that equation, so I'm going to put in 0, and my constant is 6. And then my last one, I don't have a w in this one, so I got 0, 15, -2y, third column is my y column, 10z, my fourth column is my z column, and I've got a constant of 9. Then I'm going to put this in brackets from my matrix, and then I'm going to put a dotted line right here. Now sometimes you may see it as a solid line or a dotted line. So we're going to use either one. But there we go. We have written an augmented matrix for this set of the systems of equations. Now in my second example here, I've got 4 equations, and again I've got w, x, y, z. I've got 4 variables. So now I'm going to have 4 rows, 1 row for each equation, and I'm going to have 5 columns, 4 for the variables and 1 for the constant. 4 and 1's 5. So let's get on with it. Let's see, let's change the color here. Well, let's see, I got a -3w. I'm going in alphabetical order with my variables. -3, 7x, 7. I got 1y. I don't have a z in this equation, and my constant is 21. And then we got 4w. Don't have an x, a coefficient of an x variable in this equation, so it's 0. -12, 8, and my constant is 5. Third equation, I've got 16w, so that goes in my first column. Again, I don't have a variable for the x, so it's going to be 0 again, and then -14 for y, and 1z, 1, and my constant is -2. And then my last equation, 1w, 1x, 2y. Don't have a z variable in this equation, so it's going to be 0, and my constant is 7. And I'm going to put the brackets around there. Draw my dotted line or my solid line, doesn't really matter. And therefore, look at that. Look what we've done. We've written augmented matrices.